Hello, and thank you for tuning in to today's episode of the Inverted Aim podcast. We are going to start off today with a memorial to our greatest member, Seatactics Computer. We'll see you in a minute. Hello, podcast listeners. Welcome to episode 9 of the Inverted Aim podcast. We are here with YouTuber formerly known as Seatactics.
Hello, I've come to you from the planet of lycanthropes. We are here to pillage, rape, and eat all of your pie.
Sounds very interesting. And Warlance.
Anus.
Very good.
Hello.
I very much enjoyed your input. Well, today in the news we have some very interesting topics. Controversial, if you will. First
Is it
of
really
all,
though? It's
getting
not really all that.
getting
Okay.
right into the news. Bethesda opens a new game studio called Bethesda Montreal. And this is from a blog post on Bethesda.net stating, of course, that they're creating a new studio.
Yeah, it's
How is
typical
this
PR
controversial?
stuff.
Our thoughts.
Things will be controversial. He's talking about the other topic, but
The
Oh,
other
okay.
topics will be controversial.
just
Are
want
you
to.
still on that?
I put this on here because I was like, yo, what if they make Fallout New Vegas 2?
I don't think
I
that's
don't-
Two and a
gonna
half.
I don't really want to play Fallout 4, to be honest.
What?
I may be the only person in the
What's
world.
this blasphemy?
I know, like, it just doesn't
Let-
interest me.
Explain yourself, sir.
I just feel that, and everyone will know the video I came out with like a month or two ago when the game came out. I was kind of devil's advocate defending it, and people thought I was, just like, oh, he probably likes the game. Couldn't be far from the truth. I don't like how they took out the dialogue system that made Fallout so unique. I don't like how they took out the special system that also made the game so unique. And then
they just kind of revamped it. It's still there.
well, it's not the same as it was.
It's
No,
less
it's-
RPG-y and more shootery, but there's still
Yes.
plenty of RPG there.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying. It's just that when I play Fallout, I expect these things as a mainstay in the series. But it seems to me like they, in my opinion, this is not the truth. This is just what I think. I think they kind of dumbed it down because people really like Skyrim, and they're like, let's just
make it like
not
Skyrim.
to make a joke, but like the joke for Far Cry, but Skyrim with guns. Let's just put guns in Skyrim and see what goes. They didn't even change their Gamebryo engine, which is old.
They never changed their fucking engine. They've been
It's
using the same engine with tweaks since.
Yeah, I think
freaking
everyone can agree
Morrowind or
they
something.
need to get a new engine.
They do need a new engine for.
I don't
the
think
next
they
Elder
will
Scrolls
anytime
game.
soon.
I
They're-
think I don't think they can get away with not using a new engine.
Like-
I think
Go ahead.
the next Elder Scrolls, what is it going to be, 6? Needs to have a new engine. I think
It
that's
does.
mandatory. I
Well,
don't
here's
think
the
they can
thing.
get away-
I'll
Okay.
buy a new Elder Scrolls because it's Elder Scrolls. You know what you're getting. It's a Bethesda game. But I'm not gonna pick up Fallout because I don't want to
Have
play
you,
Skyrim.
have you played it? Have you tried?
No.
You need to.
What was
I mean,
it
yeah,
that
I'll
you...
try playing it. I'll rent it and
Seatactics.
play it. But
Seatactics. What was it that you said in that video talking about the Fallout 4, your opinions on Fallout 4? Was it that it was overhyped and it's just another victim of like Watch Dogs
Yeah.
syndrome?
kind of
It
in a
wasn't
way. Yeah.
though. It delivered on the hype. It really did.
Well, yes, it did in a lot of ways, but at the same time, not too many people liked it on the internet, and that's kind of where I was talking about.
Where have you been on the internet?
Reddit.
Where have you been on the internet?
I even say in the
He
video,
only
it's like
gets things from
most
Reddit.
specifically in Reddit.
No.
And so
Reddit
there's some
complains
other
about
fields that I've seen it from.
everything, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's a good
Like,
gauge
it's
of what the
Reddit.
hardcore audience thinks. You know what I'm saying? Like even
Yeah.
people on Fallout aren't exactly like. There's still some.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like that they took out the skills system. I kind of like the skills system just because like you get progress. Like you can progress your character just by doing things and not necessarily purely by getting experience.
But I think if they get
True.
whoever made New Vegas on to make like a kind of like a pseudo sequel and like a New Vegas 2 as you would call it, I think a lot of people would enjoy that, and I think it's kind of almost a no-brainer really to do that, because if you look at when New Vegas came out, it came out 2 years after Fallout 3, and New Vegas is widely received as better than Fallout 3, so...
I don't think so. I think there's a lot of controversy around that one. I liked Fallout 3 better, personally. I couldn't get as into... I never finished New Vegas. I just couldn't... I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, New Vegas is hard. That's the thing.
No,
There's
it's
some
not that it was
parts in New
hard.
Vegas.
I mean, shit, I play Fallout 4 on survival difficulty, and I get one shot sometimes. Like, it's not that it's hard, and I mean, I've played through like games like Dark Souls and such like a million times.
God.
Oh yeah, those guys
Oh
are fun.
my god.
I'm kind of I'm slightly masochist, I feel like, when it comes to gaming. Anyway, it's not that it was too hard. It's just I couldn't get into it as much. I don't know what it is exactly, but
is it the immersion factor for you? I mean,
I think it almost felt clunkier than Fallout 3 did.
Oh no, it was so much better than Fallout 3 in that term.
I don't know.
It just depends on what you're playing on. If you're,
goes back to another
playing on
reason
console,
were you on console or PC?
PC.
Okay.
At launch?
No, not at launch. I didn't get into Fallout 3 in New Vegas at launch. I was
that's weird.
I'm not like a old fan of Bethesda. I am semi new. I started being a fan of Bethesda with Skyrim.
Okay.
I go way back to Morrowind on the original Xbox and PC.
Oh yeah, I played Morrowind.
Yeah, I mean,
back in the
I
day.
mean, since becoming a fan of Bethesda, I've gone back and played a little bit of Morrowind and some Oblivion. I haven't finished either yet, but I plan to someday.
But it's great to have opinions, though. I mean,
indeed.
Not everyone can be the same.
Opinions are like assholes.
Opinions make the world go round.
They're like assholes, though. Everyone has one, and a lot of times it's better to keep it to yourself.
Well, I mean...
yeah, for
on
example...
the internet, mainly.
Okay, so are we ready to move on?
Sure.
I suppose.
So, speaking of studios that make great games, what is your favorite game of 2015? We will start with Warlance.
That's segue, though. And I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna be taking a step back here, making reverse progress. Mine's Fallout 4.
Oh.
How long has it been out now? Like
2 months, about.
No, I think it came out in November.
November?
It came out in November.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like November 10th.
Okay.
Yeah. I like within the first 2 or 3 weeks, I had like 160 hours on it.
Damn. That's like my other friend who in like the first 4 or 5 days was like, "Yep, put 100 hours into it."
Yep. Okay, so
Any runner-ups
was that
you think needs mentioned?
Do what?
any runner-ups for you?
Oh, runner-ups to I would have to say probably Metal Gear Solid 5.
Ah, that's a good one.
Good man.
I started playing that and getting into that one recently. And I have like 70 or so hours in it. Yeah, 71 hours in it. I'm being a completionist on it though, trying to do all the side ups and everything. And it's I'm getting
gameplay
bored
in
of
that
the
game is
side
so
up.
good you can do that.
Well, you see, the story missions are, but the side ups kind of get tedious after a while.
I don't know. I like turning on a podcast or some music on my downtime, just going through, just like, yep, faulting these guys for the 100 millionth time.
um, is that like all, or do you guys want some like all the good games that I think this year?
If you want to continue, you can.
Well, I mean, did Elite Dangerous come out this year, or was that last year? I don't actually remember.
It was, I think, a version of it came out last year. I think this year's when the full game released.
Yeah, well, then Elite Dangerous is another good one. I even bought the Seatactics X52 flight control system for it, which is $130. Although I plan to use it for No Man's Sky when it comes to PC as well.
I downloaded that game, like when it was
No
there
Man's
was like
Sky?
a game preview. No, Elite Dangerous, on Xbox One because they had a game preview for it for free. So I downloaded it and I the safety like was on, so it was like, oh, it's really like simplified controls. I was like, this is easy. And then I turn it off, and I just my spaceship.
Oh God.
Just
Yeah.
Oh God.
I
it was
still
so
I
awesome.
have how many hours do I have in Elite Dangerous? Let me see. According to Steam, this won't be all of my hours because I bought the game off their site. According to Steam, I have 19 hours, but I have much more than that. Trust me. Anyway, yeah, like I probably have at least close to 100 hours in it. But
I agree, that game is really fun.
It's kind of one of those things like you can do so much stuff that you don't know what to do. It suffers from that syndrome.
Like, I immediately went in and I was just like, wait, what the hell am I supposed to do here? There's like, I could go to this planet, I think, maybe. So my
You
whole
can't
time
go-
for like a whole hour or two.
Sometime next week, actually, that's another topic.
Oh, nice.
The Horizons expansion starts next week, so you'll be able to do planetary landings. And
Oh.
yep, I pre-ordered it, so I'll have access to it.
Nice.
I think the beta has already started. What else?
Excuse me.
Some other games.
Phone.
Dying Light started off 2015 with a bang, I think.
Yeah, I'm surprised the game wasn't mentioned in the Game Awards at all, because I was like, that should be a contender with The Witcher for Game of the Year, certainly, right?
Witcher was much better, but Dying Light was really good, and it was out of left field from Techland. Techland doesn't have the best reputation, and for them to release a game that was
crazy.
Like Dying Light was so ambitious, it was almost, especially for Techland, it was nuts, and then they delivered on it. It was
like literally it came out of nowhere. It just came out, and everyone was like,
I had seen it like a year on. It was like on Steam for a year before its a release, and I had seen it and kind of like, I'll bookmark this. This looks interesting.
I saw a preview of it at E3 2013 or 14.
When I heard it was from the guys of Dead Island,
yeah,
I was
immediately
skeptical. They said it's Dying, or I mean, Dead Island was supposed to be good too. It looked good, and then it turned out to be shit. So I was skeptical, but they did do well.
With top professionality. Excuse me.
Yeah, that game definitely deserves a mention. It's fantastic.
Ark is another good one.
Yeah, Ark's coming out
one that I was
this year on consoles too.
Ark did?
Or no, it's coming out next year on consoles, but the open alpha beta thing is coming to Xbox One in a couple days, I believe.
It's not in alpha, it's in beta.
Yeah, beta. I didn't know which one it was in.
But I mean, for one of those typical beta survival early access games, it was surprisingly good.
Mm-hmm.
You could throw.
I'm gonna buy it. I can't wait to play it.
You can. I
just need something.
Oh yeah.
That I can waste time in.
You can throw people.
Have we moved on to Seatactics while I was out, or?
I mean, we can.
Are we still on?
We're still on me. Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry. I just wanted to get caught up on things.
Well, I mean, we don't have a lot of topics, so part of me is trying to make it last. But no.
No. You're fine. You're fine. You can keep going. I just wanted to know where we were here.
Well, like, I mean, I don't really have any other games that I can mention. Witcher 3 was pretty good, although I still haven't finished that. I got so caught up in side quests to the point where I ended up losing interest in the game as a whole because I'd spent so many hours in the game doing just side quests. It's kind of like, I think that was a bit of a mistake on their part, drowning the players in side quests.
Yeah, but
'Cause
it kind of gives an artificial feeling of more things to do.
Artificial? What are you talking about artificial? There is more things to do. That's not artificial at all. There's so many things to do, I was just drowning in it.
But more like it's just like with RPGs, you have a lot of things to do in those worlds. There's fetch quests after fetch quest and all that, but I feel like The Witcher 3's was more blatantly put there just to fill something.
All of the side quests have like their own story to them, though. But so does Fallout 4, actually. Fallout 4 has really good side quests, but there's not enough of them, I feel like.
Not enough. Why?
I mean, there
Why
probably
do you say
is,
there's not enough?
Well, I mean, because like I was not trying to finish the story, like trying to avoid the story finishing it, because I typically lose interest in games after I finish the story for some reason. So that's why I like doing all the side stuff first.
Oh yeah, it's because you completed what you need to complete.
Yeah. But like I ran out of side quests to do, and eventually was like, well, I mean, I guess I'll do the story now. So at this point, I'm kind of waiting for DLC for Fallout 4, which I think starts in a month. Actually, I think their first DLC releases the start of 2016, doesn't it?
Does it?
I have no clue.
At the very least, we get the GAC. At the very least, we get the GAC, which is the modding tool, which that'll be enough to get me back into it. Not necessarily modding, but playing nonsense. I mean, another two games that I'm going to mention just because they came out and they're usually like big sellers, but I haven't even touched them much yet. Black Ops 3 and Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I have not, like, I've played Black Ops 3. I bought it and played through the story mode just to keep me, like, occupied until Fallout came out. And Syndicate, I bought, as I buy the Assassin's Creed games every year, and I have not touched it.
Not touched it?
Not at all.
Oh, man. I heard that you need to get all over that.
Is it good?
It's great. It's great from what I've heard. Several reviews.
Well, it better be fucking good after
friends
Unity.
And YouTubers formerly known as Seatactics.
Yeah, I was literally playing it right before I got on.
Okay, we'll have to check that out then, because I was skeptical, because ever since Unity, I still never fucking finished Unity.
It's Assassin's Creed, and they kind of they have this zipline thing where you can just instead of just climbing, you just zip line up. So
I think it was called the hook shot. That's what I heard it called.
I mean, that's a good thing in the series because it gets tedious sometimes, but it's also like it's kind of the mainstay of the series. That's kind of the whole thing is parkour and stuff.
I mean, they've kind of had that, except it was like stationary and it wasn't a tool. The lines that you cut pull you up to the top of a building.
As a person who hasn't been interested in Assassin's Creed since Assassin's Creed Revelations, I really like this and I'd buy it.
I've played every single Assassin's Creed game since the first one. I rented the first one. I remember renting the first one at Blockbuster one time and then hearing about the second one going to be released, and I was like, I got so hyped about the second one. What was I, like 13 or something?
Oh my god.
So hyped. I remember just for days.
And that one did not let us down either.
It did not. I remember rewatching like gameplay videos or trailers of it like for months before the release, and then it finally came out and I played the shit out of it.
Assassin's Creed 2 is just a timeless kick-ass game.
To me, it has been the best Assassin's Creed game.
Oh yeah, easily. I think the worst one is Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like 3 though. To me, the worst one has been Unity, just because I have like I still have a sour taste in my mouth on Unity.
I haven't played Unity. I've just played Rogue because I am a last-gen console peasant.
Okay, Rogue is the only one I haven't played.
I want to play one so bad.
I haven't bought it on Steam yet. Like, I didn't play it because it came out on console only originally. So that's the only reason I haven't played it yet. Supposedly it was better than Unity, though, which isn't saying much. Unity. Anyone that played Unity on launch just, I guarantee, has a sour taste in their mouth. I couldn't even after day 3. I couldn't even play my copy of it for freaking 2 weeks.
Because it was so trash.
No, I mean, like, I literally could not launch the game. Like, some update freaking broke the whole thing. It had something to do with
the game was broken for a long time.
Like, if I closed out of the Uplay process, like on my computer, the processes, if I closed Uplay, which it would work. It would work fine. But the thing is that I get no autosave, and I also can't access any of the online functions, which in Unity is like a quarter of the game.
Indeed.
So, I mean, that left a huge sour taste in my mouth. So for one, I couldn't make any progress because, again, no autosave, and Assassin's Creed doesn't have its own save function. At least I don't think it does. Maybe it does. I can't actually remember that, if it does or not. But yeah, Unity left stuff, so I'm hoping. I haven't touched Syndicate partly because of that. Like, I don't want to be jumping right into Syndicate as it comes out. Let them get a few patches in there first.
It plays perfectly fine on Xbox One.
Yeah, I had bought, actually, a PlayStation 4 with the Uncharted bundle on Black Friday. I should have bought it on Amazon, though. I bought it at Walmart, and I ended up paying $20 tax.
Cyber Monday, man. Cyber Monday is
the deals
what I
weren't
preach.
Any different. Their deals were not any different. It was the same fucking deal. They weren't? On Black Friday. Yep.
Okay, I got you, man.
Because the Uncharted bundle is usually like $350. I got it for $299 plus tax, obviously. So in the end, I only saved like $30 because of fucking tax. But
okay, I got you.
Other people's game of the year.
I'm going to have to cut you off there, Warlance. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're running 20 minutes, 2 topics in. Okay, Seatactics. We're gonna do some rock paper scissors here. Okay, see who goes next.
Rock paper scissors penis.
Okay, I did paper. What'd you get?
Scissors.
What'd you? Oh. Okay, you go next then.
Okay. Right. So, this is very hard. I've played many good games this year, but my favorite, in my personal opinion, is Metal Gear Solid 5. And I haven't played games that I probably should have played earlier. I haven't bought Witcher 3. I haven't got really big into that yet. I've played a little bit. I haven't bought Rise of the Tomb Raider. I need to. Love Lara Croft and her adventures. Played Halo 5, so that's good. Syndicate, played that.
What was Halo 5?
Halo 5's story was pretty not good, but the multiplayer is great.
Okay, well that's usually where they shine, isn't it?
No, Halo 4 was really great in the story. It had a really awesome, well-written, well-paced love story, and this one takes that and just doesn't know what to do with it.
The Xbox One has backwards compatibility for all the Halo games, doesn't it?
Not yet.
Not yet? They will, though, right?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Because I plan to buy all of them.
The Master Chief Collection is on my Xbox One, and that doesn't work
isn't
still.
That
but
only isn't that like only multiplayer?
No, it's multiplayer and story.
But it doesn't work.
Campaigns.
It still doesn't work. Like ODST and all that stuff, though, does it?
It includes ODST, yeah. You can't get Halo Reach, though.
You can't get Halo Reach?
Yeah, no Halo Reach.
That's the best one.
They're all in 60 FPS 1080p, except for Halo 2 Anniversary, which is some weird dynamic resolution thing.
Didn't the first Halo get a port to Steam, like, last year?
It did.
No, originally... port to Steam? No, I don't know about that, but
it has a port on
PC.
Steam.
I thought it did.
It has a port on Steam, but there is this emulator for it online. I think it's called just straight up Halo emulator. Let me look this up. Before I just...
Speaking of emulators, is there a 360 emulator yet, or is that dude still working on that?
Yeah, there is, but he's still working on it. Metal Gear Solid 5 is my game of the year, mostly because the story was, whatever people say, like, that's bad about it, they're probably referencing, the older Metal Gears, and going, yo, this isn't as crazy and, like, ridiculous. It kind of is, but It's a prequel to the series, so why would there be so many crazy things? But there's 3
Metal.
super huge major twists in the game. There's the classic true ending,
Ooh,
which I
don't
got.
like spoil it, because I'm only in like
No,
mission
I'm not.
23.
Okay.
I'm not.
The emulator is called Halo CE emulator.
There you
Combat
go.
That's what
People
it's
who want
called.
to do that can download that and play it. But
It's on Steam
uh,
though, isn't it? I'm almost certain it is. Let me
No,
look.
this was long before it had a Steam port. It's on Steam.
Okay, yeah. Well, at this point, I don't know why you would use that emulator when it's on Steam.
Metal Gear Online wasn't exactly the strongest thing about the game, I think, but
Where do you even
um,
access that? I haven't even seen that.
it's in the main menu. It's like MGO Online or something like that, or MG Online or something.
Is it
Or
supposed to be bought
online.
as DLC or?
No, it's free. Um, it doesn't. It's really arcadey and it's okay, but I didn't really personally like it. I played about an hour or 2 of it, and it was overpowered. Everything was overpowered. People were spawn camping me. Invisibility lasts for like 2 minutes or something like that, and you can it's
Oh, so is
quite
it
literally
like
atrocious.
is it
I
like
cry every time.
like your classic online shooter basically?
Yeah, it's classic. It's Metal Gear Online. Like that's kind
Metal
of in the
Gear
title.
gameplay but PvP.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Precisely.
I thought it had
Uh,
some stuff.
the gameplay
FOB.
of Metal Gear Solid 5 was just spot on, like just
I
so
Kick ass.
perfect.
I remember playing some of the older ones when I was little, my uncle getting me into them, but I never like I couldn't understand what was going on because again I was like six
Yeah.
or eight.
The,
Although I do remember always kicking his butt on the co-op um, multiplayer, like local co-op, whatever shootout version
yeah.
or mode. I don't remember which
But
one had that, but I remember kicking his butt at that. But I could never really get into the games because again I was too young to understand what the fuck was going on.
yeah,
Um,
they dropped the complicated, tank controls of the PS2 and the PS3 era, and they immediately were just like, "Yo, we're gonna take Peace Walker. It's gonna be just Peace Walker gameplay wise, and we're just gonna upgrade it to 60 FPS, 1080p, and we're gonna make everything smoother and make things more easier for you to get into, and the story is going to be very standalone in the way it is. Yes, it's a sequel to Peace Walker and it's a prequel to the first Metal Gear game, but at the same time, we're going to create a story that, yeah, you probably do know stuff about, but you don't really need it. And I think that's kind of the beauty of Metal Gear 5 is just, hey, you can jump in and then get into the series from, the Phantom Pain. And
You can get into the series from any game in the series. They're all over the place. They
yeah,
did not even release in chronological order. I mean, the third one in the
um,
series takes place first chronologically.
I didn't know that, but
Yeah, the
yeah,
first one, the third one, Snake Eater comes first, like chronologically. It's like Snake's origins.
mm, I
Okay.
watched someone play that on YouTube. Didn't ever get that. The story. I just want to say one more thing on that. The story is much deeper than what you think it is. It's kind of honestly, if you kind of pay attention to some things people say and the way Snake carries himself in the game, it's really a story about getting old, and it's I like that. I like how Kojima put that in there. It was just like, yeah, well, I mean, it's
Well, I
about
mean, he's
loss and
9 years older than he
Phantom.
was.
Yeah, he's
Indeed.
young. He's a younger Snake, and
That's
uh, but it's it's a really deep story, and I think a lot of people will appreciate the time and care put into what the story had. Now that being said, there are some problems with the story. One arc of the story is just not in there. Like it's just gone. Like they set up this huge thing, and then nothing, nothing to see. You can watch the mission on YouTube that was cut from the game that ends the game.
really
Um, shine like standout moments for me in the game was C2W, Skullface, Where Did the Bees Sleep, Sahelanthropus, and Shining Lights Even in Death.
Was the
Especially that one I
Sahelanthropus
mentioned.
supposed to be a boss fight? Because that seemed kind of anticlimactic.
Um, It's you fight him like a couple times, but it's.
Oh,
I'm
do
not gonna
you?
say too much.
I've only fought
Yeah.
him once so far.
Is it the one where you escape and then you're shooting him with a chain gun?
Yeah, it looked like he just like shooting him with the chain gun as he's jumping at the
Yeah.
helicopter, and he just kind of
Such a
blows
cool
up and
moment.
falls down. Like
Okay.
it to me,
Such.
it seemed anticlimactic.
I thought it was awesome. Because you shoot him in like in the face, right? Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things to connect from the Phantom Pain and Metal Gear Solid, and it kind of makes me want them to do a remaster of the first game, just because I feel
They have,
like
I think they have like Metal Gear Legacy for the PlayStation 3. Didn't they do that?
yeah, those are no. The first one is just a PS1 classic. You just get a code for it. But yeah, the other ones are HD upgrades, if you will,
Okay.
and they look great.
I really like
Excuse me.
it makes me mad that PlayStation 4 doesn't have backwards compatibility because I really want to play the Metal Gear Legacy.
It
Game.
does now.
No,
It has
only for
PS2
some games.
emulation.
Well, no, that's like going to be a PS Now thing. I'm pretty sure.
No. Like you could,
It
I
has
think it could
PS.
read
Well,
discs.
oh well, it can, oh if it can do that for PlayStation 2, it can't for PlayStation 3. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it
They're
works
weird
yet.
how they decided to do things. I don't understand like why. There is no reason for you to not have backwards compatibility for every single one of the consoles. Like the PlayStation 4 should be able to play every one of them leading up to
In
PlayStation
theory,
4.
yes, but it's
In
one of
my
those things
opinion.
where it's like, at the same time, you kind of have the console anyways, and if you want to play it, just plug up the console
I don't
and
have
put
a
in the game.
PlayStation 3. I have never owned a PlayStation 3.
Well,
I
tomato.
second that as well.
It's all about who the person is and what they believe in, and all that great stuff.
Well, I mean,
I'm
my
not
consoles. My first console was the PlayStation 1. Then I went to the PlayStation 2, and then I went to the 360. And then after
What
the
is that
360
360
is
thing?
great.
Xbox
360 old reliable.
And then from that, I went to PC, and I'm still at PC, but I own a PlayStation 4 now.
Okay.
When PS3 is really cheap, you should probably pick one up. I mean, there's great games on there like
They're like $150, and there's other things I need to buy first. For example, I want an Xbox
Yeah.
One, a Wii U, a PS Vita. I want all of that first.
yeah,
Well,
me too, but
And there is a
Can
version
we-
of Metal Gear Legacy on the PS Vita, but it lacks one of the games. I can't remember which one.
can we get back to Metal Gear? I'm sorry, but
Sorry.
we're
Yeah,
kind
but-
of like
Yeah, we're
getting
getting-
way
we're
off
getting-
track here.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was mine. I mean, any mentions? I guess Halo 5 for its multiplayer, and Syndicate's actually really good. I don't know if it's Game of the Year contender, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Steven.
the controversy, as I said earlier, my game of the year, simply because I have gotten so much entertainment out of it, is, drumroll please,
No,
Cities Skylines.
What?
I don't think
Yeah,
anyone is. I think a lot of people agree on that.
it's
Well, I mean, it's a
it's-
good game, but I wouldn't say it's Game of the Year material.
it's
Maybe not, but
It is the perfect city builder, in my opinion.
I like, as far as city builders go, I like Banished personally.
Oh, Banished is really good too. Don't get me wrong. I've gotten a lot of hours of entertainment out of Banished.
I won't lie. My first time playing Banished, I pirated it. Although I do own it on Steam now, and I have some hours in it. And the price didn't drop between when I pirated it and when I bought it. So.
Okay. But, you see, Cities Skylines, from an entertainment standpoint, I watched probably 4 different Let's Plays of it. And I played it myself. And you never have the same thing. Right? Okay, so there's that essence of variety to it, being a city builder. And it's a sandbox, pretty much. So you do whatever you want. literally, it's just the freedom of creativity for me that really sells me on games. It's like Minecraft is one of my favorite games, period, ever.
I want
So,
someone to make a city builder mod for Minecraft, like a good one. Like I want that really bad.
Oh yeah, for sure. But what really sold me for cities was that it was everything SimCity could have been.
Should have been.
Yeah, but they fucked it up.
And I think after the launch of SimCity in 2013, or is it
Has it been that
2012?
long?
I think it's 2013.
Man, it's been so long.
Ever
It doesn't
since
feel like
the
that long.
launch, they've just left us waiting for a good city builder to come out. And Banished and City Skylines really filled that place that we needed.
Banished was already out then, though, wasn't it?
Banished came out in early 2014, I believe.
I think it came out earlier than that. I'm almost certain it did. Let me look.
Okay.
Okay, no, you're right. You're right. Early 14. Yeah.
Okay.
February 18th. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't seem right though.
It's
maybe that's when it came to Steam at least anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't it didn't have like a version available outside of Steam before that? Maybe it did. I don't know.
Maybe possibly it did, but I am not sure on that. But anyway,
the kind of city builders I like are like Stonehearth and Timber and Stone. If you've played either of those.
oh, Stonehearth is amazing, dude. I love Stonehearth.
It's really buggy right now though. It's so good, but it's so buggy.
I haven't played it in a while.
It's so buggy after like.
You guys should go get married. Get a room.
Okay.
Set up some PCs.
After like 5 hours on the same one, like it starts to become unplayable because of how buggy it is. So maybe they've updated it since last time I played it, but like I haven't played it lately just because of that. RimWorld is another good city builder.
I'd have to say some honorable mentions for me. I'm going to consider this a game of 2015 since I didn't pick it up until 2015 and it came out late enough in 2014 to be considered. Nobody's going to be surprised by this, but Alien Isolation, the perfect survival horror game.
I was never big into the Alien franchise, so I mean, I own that game, but I haven't played it yet. I've watched a Let's Play of it. I watched who'd play it.
It's insane. I love it, dude. It's great. It keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time. You don't know what's going to happen next.
The last horror game I played, I think, was freaking the first Dead Space. I would say the other two, but you can't really consider Dead Space 2 and 3 horror games. Dead Space 2 kinda, but Dead Space 1 I think had a good feel for horror.
Yeah.
Dead Space 2 is amazing.
Dead Space 2 is good.
Well, the thing that makes these horror games so great is their ability to make you react in the way that they do. You know, that's really what draws people to horror games, very obviously. And they do what they're designed to do very well, and that is to scare people. And that's why we're going to remember them.
Well, some think it's just jump scares that get people scared.
With Five Nights at Freddy's, it is. Five Nights at Freddy's is House of Jump Scares. That's why I don't play it.
Dead Space was kind of both. Like, the thing that got me the most scared with Dead Space was the anticipation of the next necromorph jumping out at you.
I mean,
that's horror,
Alien had some pretty crazy jump scares in there. Like, one that happened quite frequently was you pass a android that was laying on the ground in half, and it would all of a sudden come to life and grab your leg, and you'd have to fight it off. That's one. I like that. It's pretty cool.
It kind of loses its gimmick after the first time, though, because from that point forward, you're watching them on the ground like, don't you do it, motherfucker, don't you do it.
So,
but if
are
you
you guys,
don't see it on the ground,
are we done with this, with the Game of the Years?
we
Anything
are.
else? Nice.
Moving on, Final Fantasy VII is going to be an episodic series, as stated
Really?
on the Square Enix North America blog. And the reason being, there are some people that are up in arms about this, but there will always be people that are up in arms.
About everything?
Yes. Square Enix, I believe, has lost not necessarily passion, but some drive for the Final Fantasy series.
Well,
And
I
they
wonder
sent
why. There's not like 14 of them or anything.
They sent it over to, who was it? The animators of the Naruto games? Was it Ben?
No, it's the guys who made, their name is Psionics. No, not Psionics. It's
Over
the guys who
to,
make Rocket League. I don't remember who the fuck their name is, but
Rocket League was another good game.
yeah, Rocket League's great.
Yeah. True.
The guys who made the Naruto games, and some other games, some other really good games, but I can't remember the name of. Basically, the guys who make the fighting games for the animes, they are developing a beloved series by SquareSoft, not Square Enix themselves. They're
Squaresoft.
porting it out to a studio who makes fighting games and has made a couple really good, memorable games in their lifetime. And I have nothing against them. I have something against Square Enix for being so fucking stupid about this.
But the screenshots on the page are beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
That fucking mean. I've seen screenshots of amazing things and the games have turned out to be shit.
that's true. Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs!
So it perplexes me as to why they're fucking doing this shit. Why are they making? I'm really kind of fine with the episodic, and I'm not too many ways, but most ways I'm fine with it. But why would you port it out to a second-party studio that has never made a Final Fantasy game before in their whole career? Once again, I have nothing against these guys, but should they really be the guys to be developing a beloved, legendary game?
I don't.
Really?
No. I don't believe so.
I really think they should be doing this first party internally, making sure they get it right, instead of, we're going to release it episodically, we got to get it out, because we can't wait.
Well,
I don't care if I have to wait 5 years to play this game, as long as we're getting it.
The reason stated in the blog
years.
that they are making it more episodic is so that they don't have to cut out parts of the story, because they're making it in both 3D and 2D with much better graphics, because it's more than 20 years later.
Here's my question though. If they're releasing an episodic, will your progress from the previous ones carry over, like your items?
No one knows. No one knows.
No one knows.
No.
It's just been released as episodic. That is all.
Yeah. And people are going to say, yo, Final Fantasy is like the whole Mass Effect trilogy, but 3 times its size. Bullshit. The game is 40 hours long. 40 hours. That's a standard length in RPG. You can't tell me.
I haven't played an RPG that only lasted me 4 hours, personally. Every RPG I play usually
40
lasts
hours.
me 80 or more.
The standard length of most JRPGs are 40 hours, and Final Fantasy VII is no different.
JRPGs, there you go.
Yeah, other RPGs are like 100 hours, shit. But
shit. Okay. Okay.
They could remake this game and fit everything on in one disc, and have it be fucking the same fucking game. They could do it, but they don't. They don't want to do it because they want to. I don't fucking know what they want to do. They're fucking weird. They're fucking insane.
Japanese, man.
Square Enix is ludicrous. Ludicrous. The rapper. not the word.
Yeah.
Trapper. It honestly, I just don't know what to think about this. On one hand, I'm kind of pissed off about it because, and on the other hand, I'm like, well, at least we're getting it. And here's the thing: we do have the original game. We will always have the original game, so I'm fine with that. But
most people won't.
if you're gonna remake the game, fucking remake Final Fantasy VII. And I'm okay about it turning into an action RPG. It's not the turn-based combat thing anymore, and I'm okay with that. Remake Final Fantasy VII. Don't remake Final Fantasy VII, but not really kind of not 100% commit to it. Just like, oh, well, it's got the same characters in it. Let's just make Ares not die. Like,
yeah,
come on.
They made that it's rumored that they made that a story switched there.
If you don't know, Ares dies in the game. Spoiler alert for a
20-year-old game.
Yep.
I haven't even beat the game. I don't even care. I'm playing through it, I'm experiencing it, and it's a great game. But fuck. They fucked it up before it's not if they fucked it up. They're fucking it up. They fucked it up when they ported it to a third party studio, not even a second party.
And
most of the problems would be fixed if they just developed it internally. Why
we haven't
is
even,
it?
You haven't even gotten the game yet. Just like give the third party a chance.
I know.
They might turn out to be really
And
good. You never know.
I have no doubt they'll make a great Final Fantasy VII game,
but
or a great Final Fantasy game. But
they are
here's
changing
the thing:
the story.
the message it's sending to everyone is that we don't care about Final Fantasy VII. We just want to get out Final Fantasy 15.
So people will quit bitching about it to us.
I don't think anyone in the world minds if they take their time to make a complete Final Fantasy VII game. But no, we're probably going to get Final Fantasy VII Part 1 next year. And it's probably going to end on a cliffhanger bullshit. And then it's probably I don't want this. I don't want this.
I don't think anyone really wants this. Speaking for the entire Final Fantasy community.
I'd much rather play Final Fantasy 13-1 and 13-2.
I'm gonna be devil's advocate a little bit here, but I was never I said this before the podcast, but I've never really been into Final Fantasy games, so it doesn't really bother me all that much.
Year.
Like for me, it was always the turn-based combat originally that turned me off to it, and at this point, well, I mean, I think they've gone away from that, so I don't really have an excuse, but.
Well, Final Fantasy 13-3 Lightning Returns is is kind of turn-based, but it's like a hybrid system.
Yeah. Well, it's not just that either. It's the whole MMO stuff that they've gotten into now. I don't like MMOs.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 14, it's a very split fan base. People either love it or just dislike it and don't play it. Personally, I'm on the side of I'll play it.
Yeah, I just can't get into MMOs anymore. There's just there's too many freaking WoW clones out there, and MMOs are too big of a time investment. A lot of them are subscription based, or if they're not, they're pay to win. And I'm not paying $15 a month to play a game. I'm just saying that.
Well, speaking of our own complaints and feedback for constructive purposes, Nintendo's new system, codenamed the NX, is getting closer to announcement. What would us over here at the Inverted Aim podcast like to see from Nintendo's new console?
Honestly,
Steven, go first, because you haven't.
Okay.
You see, what I would like to see, I've been waiting for this for a long time. A version of the Kinect that doesn't suck. You see?
For the Wii?
For the Wii.
For the NX?
Yep, for the NX. They make their own version of Microsoft's Kinect. Except in Nintendo's style, that they actually get it pretty close to perfection. And not end up like the Virtual Boy.
You're talking about the guys that made the Wiimotes. You know that.
I mean, the Wiimotes weren't terrible. Okay.
They were kind of shitty.
At times.
Let's be honest here. They were kind of shitty, and they broke mini TV television.
That's true. But you have to put that rope thing around you. The whole thing.
Who does that, though?
I did
people who
because
don't want their
I was
TV
a
destroyed.
small child. I mean, I was like 10 when I got my Wii. I didn't know better.
Honestly, the Kinect is a much better concept than the Wiimotes, I think. But it has to be done right.
Yeah, like, you could ditch the Wiimotes.
I haven't really heard that many complaints about the Xbox One Kinect, though. Maybe I just haven't been in the right areas, or...
The fact that it could always watch you, and it was always turned on, so it could hear when you said things, and turned on the Xbox, or turned off the Xbox. Like that kind of stuff? No, you don't do that. That's gonna get people paranoid. You know?
You see, I have like the Xbox One along with the Kinect, and a little cover for the eye on my Amazon wish list. So when I buy it, I'm buying a little cover that covers up the eye. So I was like, yeah, you ain't watching me, bitch. My webcam, even for my computer, I always have it face downwards, behind my desk.
I have a piece of tape over it.
I don't. Really, I live life on the wild side.
If I'm like freaking over here jerking off, I don't want no one to be able to hack in and watch me. No, that's
I take the tape off when I do that so people can see. So.
Well, I always have the tape off so they can see anyway. Hi, people watching me right now.
Okay, who's next?
I'll go next, unless you want to.
I'll hand it over to Warlance.
Alright, so I had heard rumors that the NX was going to be another portable console, like an upgrade from the 3DS, and I have mixed feelings about that. Again, I think that's just a rumor. I don't know if that was ever confirmed or not.
Yeah, everything is a rumor right now.
Part of me wants it to be a home-based console like the Wii U, but at the same time, I'm planning to buy a Wii U within the next couple months. So, kind of there. The 3DS is starting to get a little bit outdated, like it's been around a while. Mm-hmm. So it might be better for it to be a portable console. But if it is going to be a portable console, I hope it has compatibility with 3DS games. Because I don't want to have to, all that nonsense.
Yeah. Okay.
And if it is a portable console, I hope it has integration with the Wii U the same way the 3DS does.
Do I hear someone being attacked with a hammer in the background of your microphone, Warlance?
Possibly. I have my headphones on, so I can't really hear it. You can probably hear it more than me.
Okay. Well, continue on. I'm sorry for that interruption.
No, that's fine. And if it is going to be another portable console, and they're going to have that whole front-facing camera integration with their games, make it fucking work.
Yeah.
For example, with Pokemon Amy, or Ami, or whatever that's called, the whole face-making thing never fucking works. Have either of you tried that?
No. I'm sorry.
No? It doesn't fucking work at all.
I'd like to inform you it doesn't work.
It's worse than the Kinect. There you go.
Okay. Well, with that, Seatactics, or YouTuber formerly known as Seatactics.
Yes. My name is Ben now, so you can call me Ben. It's great.
No,
fine.
your name is simply a symbol that is YouTuber formerly known as Seatactics.
Oh, it's the upside down triangle with the squiggly line?
Yeah, you're kind of like Prince when he had that phase,
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard, everyone's heard rumors about the NX and what it's going to be. I've heard that it's going to be like a daisy chain console where you can hook up multiple consoles to give it more power, which is fucking weird and crazy. Nintendo would do something like that, in my opinion, but...
They might.
And I've also heard things where it's going to be next, more powerful than the Xbox One and PS4, not combined, but it's going to be more in line of what probably next gen consoles will be in
Well, I mean, the
3
Wii U
years.
came out. Sorry to interrupt you here, but I mean, the Wii U came out when there was the 360 and PlayStation 3 still, so I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah.
not that far fetched.
Nintendo is weird, but
They are weird.
I really, if I think something they should do, and this is kind of like a wish thing, and this will really make me buy a Wii, an X25. I don't know what it's called. But this thing will make me buy the NX, and that is if they have one, backwards compatibility, and two, third-party support. I will immediately buy it because,
Well,
and
what
I
do you
know
mean by third-party support, if you don't mind me asking?
Ubisoft, Activision, all of the big RPGs from other countries, JRPGs.
Oh, you mean making them like allow them to make games for it?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they
Well, I
are
mean-
allowed to, but they don't. They've cut ties with the Wii U because Nintendo has really treated third parties like shit, so they don't make games for them.
Mm.
And it's hard to pour a next gen game to a last gen console. The feel of a last gen console. I know it's a next gen console, but it's severely underpowered for its purpose.
Indeed.
The Wii U, you mean?
Yeah, the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
And if they get those things on, if they fix all that shit and get all that on board, that's the most important thing to me. That will make me pick up a Wii U, or a Wii U. Fuck, NX. Another thing that they should absolutely do is make the games or make the systems more powerful than the Xbox One and PS4. They need to have something that gives them an edge. Maybe it's instead of 8 gigabytes RAM, maybe it's 10. Something. They need something. Some aspect of it needs to be better than these consoles we have now. Because already these consoles are out of date, and we're probably looking at the next 3 to 4 years when the next console cycle is coming out. So Nintendo really needs to create a system that has enough power behind it to have these third-party games on there.
I'm not
honestly,
gonna lie. Or sorry, go ahead.
Honestly, I think what a lot of people are missing about Nintendo is the RPGs. Because, I mean, yeah, there's Zelda on there, and, there's the classic, Nintendo RPGs, but I'm talking about modern RPGs. I think, like Bethesda and CD Projekt Red and all those great guys, I think that's something that Nintendo is missing out on that needs to be on there.
You see,
And, go.
Okay, sorry. Don't mean to hijack yet, but like you
That's
see,
fine.
for me, Nintendo consoles have never been about third parties. Like Nintendo themselves release enough games exclusive to them that it's enough, in my opinion. And
10
if there's
million
gonna
sold
be
for the Wii U. I don't know about that.
eh, um, like third party games, like I'm gonna end up buying those on PC if they're for PC always, unless I hear they have a terrible port. Or if it's not for PC, then I'll end up buying it for PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. I'm not going to buy a game that's available on other things for Wii U.
Yes, you're right. But Nintendo has given themselves that name of, yeah,
Well,
we're Nintendo. We don't have third parties.
It's because that they just don't have the right control inputs for the most part. Like that big giant ass, like for it was the Wiimotes at first, and then it was the other. Yeah, basically that's
the
what I'm
other
saying.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Nintendo's consoles cannot survive in the atmosphere that the gaming market is in right now. You can't go with family-friendly games on just Nintendo games on a Nintendo console. That can't happen anymore because those kids grow up and they move on to
other consoles.
Not to bash Nintendo, but more grown-up consoles or PC even. So,
which is a more grown-up console.
What I mean, the Wii U is selling worse than the Dreamcast was.
I
That's
don't
fucking
think that's
insane.
true. I don't think
That
that's
is true. That is true.
Is it? Where link me to some
Yes.
kind of stats or something about that? Because that does not
Yeah.
sound true at all.
I will afterwards. It's selling worse than it is.
I'll send a link over.
Than it
Because
is.
that does
when
not
the
sound
Dreamcast
right
was
to
selling.
me. Well, but the Dreamcast had
sadly
the
is.
opposite problem. The Dreamcast was too advanced for when it came out.
It also had no games, right?
Very
Wii
few.
U versus Dreamcast.
It suffered from the same thing I think the Vita suffered from. Like, it was too powerful for when it came out, and no one really wanted to risk developing for it.
Yes, this is...
Although, I think the Vita,
This is very true. This is a true fact that it has been outsold by the Dreamcast.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Like...
Huh. That doesn't, like... That does
I know,
not
you wouldn't
sound
think
right.
that. Yeah, it sounds weird,
I
but
remember the
it's true.
Dreamcast doing it extremely poorly. Like,
It did. For the caliber of a console that's extremely surprising,
sort of.
too.
It says sort of.
PS4 has sold 30 million units. Xbox One has sold over 15 million units. Like, what's going on there in Nintendo land? And I think we could all agree that the one thing it's missing is third-party support. It needs to have those. It needs to have, you know, the Metal Gears and the Witchers and the Mad Maxes and the Assassin's Creed and the Call of Duties. The last Call of Duty to be on a Nintendo console was Black Ops 2. The last Assassin's Creed was Assassin's Creed 3. Like,
Well, you see, I don't think anyone really wants to play those games. Like the Nintendo consoles have always seemed like secondary consoles to me.
Another thing that
they
might...
Second.
Okay,
They ported... Activision took the time to port a version of Black Ops 3 to the 360 and PS3 that had no campaign. They didn't even bother with the Wii U. They didn't even bother.
The Wii U was... I think the main problem behind the Wii U's poor selling is that when it first came out, people thought it was an addition to the Wii.
Yeah, the marketing was all over the place. Because it's the Wii U. They need to call it something different. Maybe call it the... Maybe call
it's
it
just
the
because of how Nintendo
hybrid console. The tablet machine. Anything.
The tablet machine.
That would have worked for, I think, anyone else, but for Nintendo, just is one reason that kind of flopped.
Yeah.
Really? So 10 million
fucked up.
Dreamcasts were sold. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, what I was saying is something that might help them.
Okay. I didn't think that many Dreamcasts sold.
They really started turning against their masses of large publicity, which is streamers and YouTubers, and they started claiming all videos and streams that had any Nintendo in it. And it's just, they're going downhill.
They went the way Sega went.
Yep.
Way back when they were like, nope, we're claiming all classic Sega games for some reason. Fuck. Who cares?
Hello?
We're gonna fuck everything up. So
I think Warlance might be having trouble hearing us.
Am I back?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
So what I was saying before that page you linked me to crashed my Chrome and it lagged my entire computer.
Sorry.
It's from Canada, so
my computer's been kind of janky lately. I don't know what's wrong with it.
That's fine.
Join the club.
Been downloading too much porn.
Computer is dead, man.
Asian porn.
I even bought a Vast semi recently, and it has not helped much.
Yeah.
But what Steven was saying when you lagged out was that they burned bridges with the YouTubers and the Twitches and the internet personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely did that. Nintendo, they're getting better. They've gotten with the times slightly, but I mean, they still need to get up to date on the whole YouTube thing. I know several people that bought Nintendo games because of seeing gameplay on YouTube, and Nintendo thinks that's not a thing. Well, that is the thing.
Yeah. It's
is
Japan.
very much
it's
a thing.
Nintendo in Japan. That everything that stems from Nintendo's problems is from Japan. Japan is like, no, none of that.
It's a different culture.
It's a different culture, and that's fine.
But their internet culture over there is still somewhat similar to ours. Like, it's not that much different to excuse all of this.
It's old people that don't understand it.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
America suffers from the same damn problem. Have you seen Congress and all the bullshit stuff they try to pass?
Well, that's politics. This is games.
Yeah,
so.
this is video games,
well,
not
it
Congress.
suffers from the same thing. It's old people that don't understand it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, before we get too off track, I'm going to call this here. Do you guys want to share your links where they can find you? We'll start with Warlance.
You can find me at just search Warlance on YouTube. I should be the first or second result. I think it's YouTube/Warlance or something like that. Shouldn't be too hard to find me. Did I lag out again?
No, you're here. We're giving you the air, bro.
All right. You can also find me. Where else? I am on Twitch. I think I'm Warlance LP or something. The last thing I streamed was Witcher 3, though. You can find those links. You can find, I think, all of those links on my YouTube channel, though. Just go to the About section. I think you can find all the links to everywhere that you can find me. So there you go.
Okay. YouTuber formerly known as Seatactics.
I'm YouTuber formerly known as Seatactics. My name is Ben. You can probably find me commenting somewhere on pornhub.com/Japanese. And you can probably find me over on hentaihaven.com, somewhere over there as well. And
Twitter.
I'll be on Netflix a lot. So
Twitter.
So for anyone that's still confused, this is not a PG podcast.
Yeah, no, never.
Yeah, this originally was about porn.
Yeah,
but we decided to do gaming.
Was it really?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Is that your?
Well, with
links?
you two, I never fucking know.
Is that your links, Ben?
Yeah, it's my links. Netflix, hentaihaven.com, and pornhub.com/Japanese.
And you can find me. Well, you're on my channel right now, so just click that subscribe button and that like button, and then unclick that like button and hit that dislike button.
Shareitadig.com.
Go over to my channel. You can also find me in the About section. But if you don't want to go through all that hassle, you can find me at twitch.tv/Steven1463. You can find me at youtube.com/C/Steven1463. I made a custom link the other day. I'm proud of myself. You can also find me at Logical Paradox 1 on Twitter. And that's it now, because I did some rebranding. Well, anyway, thank you for watching today's episode of the Inverted Aim Podcast. We will see you next time.
Don't let the elephants give you blowjobs.
Bye.